After saying a fond farewell to Angie and thanking her for her advice, Niesha made her way down the mountain to visit Falkreath.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Going to the local inn, Dead Man's Drink, to try and gather information on the Thalmor. All she finds
I
are
heard the gourmet's
bounties.
hiding out somewhere in Skyrim. You know, fella who wrote that cookbook?
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Of course, it's all in this note. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that? The people of Skyrim don't like magic much, so about the only place you're likely to find a teacher is the College of Winterhold. Of course, it's all in this note.
Oh, you need something?
It is while visiting the apothecary that Niesha has an unexpected encounter with a Thalmor Justicia that nearly ends up in a duel.
If it's a duel you seek, stranger, then I suggest you leave. I am not here to fulfill your desire for pain, or free you from your wretched existence. At least, not today. The faces change, but the taunts are the same. It seems originality is the only dead thing the Nords have failed to reanimate. I will tell you what I tell all the others. I am no longer a Justicia, and if you still wish to duel me, then I will end your miserable life come morning. However, as of this moment, I am not in the mood. Interesting. I was quite certain this conversation would become gradually more belligerent, not less. Is it possible that there is one individual in this bullnetch of a province that is capable of reason? It is a rather simple matter. I disobeyed a direct order from my superior. I was stationed in Markarth with 2 others. We were investigating a family that kept abnormal hours, staying up well past midnight. Unfortunately, myself and one of the other Justicias got into an argument over the children. The fool thought they were innocent. They were future rebels. The moment we arrested their parents, they would forever despise us. The wisest course was to execute them. The issue was made irrelevant, however, when the entire family was found murdered. That is insignificant. The family was dead and no longer worships Talos. Moreover, by letting a murderer run amok, we prevented the family from becoming martyrs. There was just one problem. Everyone assumed I was the murderer. It didn't help that I've been a rather vocal proponent of mass execution. So we decided it was best to use this perception to our advantage. Now, I never confessed to the crime, but I was stripped of my rank and exiled. This gave the perception that justice was served. Only a fool thinks that way. Using death for political gain is not a tactic exclusive to the Thalmor. Ondolamar estimated that Talos worship would decrease by 1/3 in the wake of the murders. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't doubt his calculation. There's nothing to tell. They act brave and fight poorly. The last one who challenged me was too busy rattling off the names of the relatives I had supposedly extinguished to even bother raising his shield. I think he was fumbling through what must have been a small army of second cousins when I set his weapon on fire. Yes, and this is after I told him I was no longer a justiciar. But he was a rather stubborn Nord. Of course, the Thalmor are not the Empire. We do not share their frothing obsession with bureaucracy. Talk to them and you'll see. Find a soldier and ask him to file a report. Then watch as his mouth becomes a pond of saliva. Although, I suggest you don a helmet in advance. One of those dwarven ones, lest his response shower your cheek. I tire of this game. When a mortal hunts a beast for food and fur, is he a tyrant? That is all we are doing. When this war resumes, we will conquer the beasts who are not fit to rule. Exactly. And that is the part that those who seek diplomatic strategies will never understand. That you are willing to be run through. It is a temporary escape. I do not plan on remaining in this hovel of a kingdom beyond the next season. My plan is to return to the Somerset Isle after doing a little sightseeing. Just because this land as a whole is irredeemable does not mean there are not the occasional sparkles of beauty. In fact, the squalor works to its advantage. In the Somerset Isle, even the dirt has place in the pantheon of wonder. Here, there are no aesthetics to compete with. They are tolerant because they are afraid. As for the Jarl, it matters not whether Sitgeir or Dengeir is in charge. Because when two buffoons of equally damaged minds vie for a throne, the reasonable citizens lose interest in the process. As such, more voice is given to the fools. And with fools in charge, the law becomes meaningless. Here, power makes the rules. And you wish to advertise this fact to me. You are worse than that idiot Boland. At least his threats are somewhat veiled. Very well.
Annoyed with herself for her rash words, Niesha realizes that she needs to keep her emotions in check so she doesn't give herself away in future.
Got something for just about everyone in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
Maven's going to kill me. It's just a matter of time.
Don't let the shop's name frighten you away. I have plenty of reliable tonics and healing potions to sell. Falkreath's warriors always return, one way or another. Well, my family back in Hammerfell didn't approve of my interest in lethal poisons and death in general, so I left and wandered north. When I found this town, with its huge cemetery, I felt right at home. I opened the shop, and I've never looked back. This is where I belong. I know it's a bit strange. Not exactly a name to bring comfort to the sick and ailing who come to buy a poultice or salve. But what you must understand about Falkreath is that our town is defined, for better or worse, by the large and ancient cemetery here. That's why the inn is called Dead Man's Drink, the farm is called Corpse Light Farm, and so on. I suppose it's sort of a running joke.
After leaving the apothecary, Niesha continues her journey to solitude, following the roads and avoiding the trails as she is unsure of where they will take her. This leads her to discover new places, like Half Moon Mill, which gives her a bad feeling in her gut and makes her want to hurry away. The roads seem surprisingly quiet, with few travellers, which keeps her on her guard as she is aware that she is a lone traveller and an ideal target for bandits. The guard outposts give her some sense of security, but she still keeps her senses sharp and her mind focused. It was after she had passed Crossroads Outpost that Niesha encountered some Alaka warriors from her homeland. The reminder of her homeland gave her a pang of missing her parents and home. Hardening her heart,
Yes?
she carried on, more
We're looking for
determined
information
than
about
ever.
a woman, a foreigner in these lands. She's a Redguard like us. We believe she may be hiding in Whiterun, but we're checking everywhere to be sure. Good day.
While following the roads, Niesha encountered a small band of Stormcloaks, who she followed for some while. Niesha kept to herself while they dealt with some bandits, and this gave her a chance to loot the bodies after they had moved on.
There's nothing wrong with a little adventure now and then. Sight.
Finally making her way to Rorikstead, she heads for the local inn, Frostfruit Inn, to check for possible leads that might help her out.
Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Yes?
If you need a meal or room, I've got both. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Yes.
As much as she liked the idea of having her own farm, this was not the time to be chasing ghosts and settling down, so Niesha decided not to help with this mission at the moment. It was while leaving Rorikstead that she had her first real test of the battle skills her aunt had taught her. As a lone traveller, she made an ideal target for bandits, and 4 of them attacked her.
At your best? Damn you! I'll make you pay! Knock him down, hero! You'll be so much easier to roam when you're dead!
Is that the best you can do?
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back. Face me! Won't get away with that! You're dead. You hear me? Dead!
I'm going to enjoy this. Not quite good enough, are you?
After this skirmish, she decided to rest so that she could treat the small wounds she had received and recover her strength. Finding a small clearing by a stream, she decided to set up camp for the night. It was here that she sat surveying the surrounding land and preparing herself for another testing day tomorrow.